wouldn't be right for us to offer you fireworks and not give you a full, in-depth safety and the laws that prohibit, well, that are here in the state that are around fireworks. And so we have our friends with the fire department who are going to fill us in on some of the laws and safety.
Well, it all goes back to the ordinance of your county, your municipality that you live in. St. Louis County, I believe, Chief Silvernail can talk on that as far as what's legal, what's illegal. Again, the fire department, we absolutely do not condone doing anything illegal. We all want to be safe. We all want to enjoy the 4th of July with our families and friends. So safety is absolutely the most important thing. So always check with your county, your municipality, what's legal, what's illegal.
Okay, and going off of that, so we have the Glendale Fire Department here. We have Chief Silvernail as well as Neil. Thank you both so much for joining us. Now, Chief, when it comes to, we mentioned about counties, what do people need to know where you can and where you can't?
Okay, so in St. Louis County, it's definitely illegal to sell and to shoot off fireworks. Our surrounding counties of St. Charles, Jefferson, and Franklin, it is legal. However, you have to check with the individual municipality. For example, the individual municipalities will have rules such as, I believe O'Fallon is, you can shoot them off the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, but after that, it's illegal. So you really need to check on where you live to make sure that you're within the right permitted areas.
Okay, and let's say, you know, you hear these illegal, not illegal. Maybe people at home, they might be a little confused. So why don't we talk about just the importance of fireworks safety? It's a serious conversation.
So fireworks are definitely dangerous. You have to do them properly if you're in a permitted area. And it's exceptionally dry out right now. So we're cautioning everybody. If you're in a permitted area and you're going to do it, please be careful. You know, some of the statistics out there, there's last year alone, there was 11,500 injuries. 32 to 40% of those are attributed to burns. And that's up 25% from 2006.
Up 25%.
And fires in general, I think we attribute about 19,500 a year just to fireworks every year.
That was the statistic I read this morning out loud to our office, and all of our jaws dropped. You just wouldn't even think that. Okay.
Yeah, so fireworks, like you said, is dangerous.
Again, first and foremost, do not do anything illegal. The fire department does not want you to do anything illegal. So if you are in an area where shooting off fireworks is permitted, there's just some safety tips. First and foremost, adult supervision. Adult supervision. You don't ever want to let children shoot off fireworks by themselves, again, in a permitted area, but just like a sparkler. You know, a sparkler, it seems like it might be harmless fun, but those things can actually burn up to 2,000 degrees, which is hot enough to melt glass, right? So always adult supervision. The rule of one, you know, never 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 1 at a time. Always have water on hand. You want to soak any used fireworks for at least 24 hours before trying to discard them. Always soak them in water for at least 24 hours before discarding. You know, adult supervision, rule of one, always have water. You know, and the absolute safest way that you can enjoy fireworks is to go and leave it to the professionals. You know, there is an abundant amount of public firework displays that will allow you and your family to remain safe. Let the professionals do it. That's the safest thing that you can possibly do.
And I have a quick question for you. So discarding of the fireworks after they've been in the water, is there a right or wrong way to trash them? Like, can you just put it in your public trash, or is there like a...
Again, the most important thing would be to soak them, to try to put them in a non-combustible, something that isn't going to burn after they've soaked for 24 hours. Again, one thing too is to never try to relight a firework. I've seen a lot of guys try to do that, having fun. I didn't go off. Here, let me relight it. Don't do that. It's just a bad idea. That is a bad idea.
I see Dusty's over here, and he's
guilty. That was me. Everything you said, don't do. That's what I used to do. As I got older, I kind of figured out, all right, we shouldn't try to do that. We shouldn't shoot it at each other. And you know, I don't know how I still, you know, didn't lose an eye or anything, but I got my hands.
One of the lucky ones.
But I think that's important too. And you know, especially, you know, we shoot it off with the kids all the time, but we're very mindful. We live in a residential area, so we want to make sure that when we shoot them off too, we got to be mindful of the area around us. It's so dry, as you had said too. That's so important because those, when they come back down to the ground, they're still hot and they can catch fire. And obviously, we saw recently with all the smoke coming out of Canada, we don't need any more of that.
We don't
Absolutely.
Here's another important fact too, is that not only the human element, but the animal element. Remember, there's a lot of animals out there that have anxiety, they go crazy over the fireworks. So if you are shooting them off, please be mindful of the pets around you. It's a constant concern every year.
I have to say, I stick to the smoke bombs. Are those pretty okay?
The snakes.
Yeah, once again, check out with your municipality what is or what is not. Right.
Nothing illegal.
It's still an incendiary device, so you got to be careful.
Okay, absolutely. Well, thank you both, the Glendale Fire Department, joining us live on our plaza, keeping us safe this holiday weekend. We appreciate it. And our party on the plaza will continue after the break.